We're in Albany, Texas. It's a pretty windy day. Albany is located about 45 minutes kind of northeast of Abilene. The reason we're here, the W.H. Green Cattle Company, a recent winner of the Bayer AQHA Best Remuda Award. We have a lot going on in this show. We'll explore the town of Albany, which is really a pretty unique little Texas town, but most of the time we'll be spending on horseback examining these award-winning ranch horses. The history of this ranch dates back to William Henry Green, thus the name W.H. Green Cattle Company. Young William Henry's father enlisted in the Confederate Army at the age of 16. That's where he learned the horse trade. He passed that on to young William Henry, who found the lure of ranching in the frontier country a couple hours west of Fort Worth too much to pass up. He was sent to Albany by his dad just to make a quick business transaction. He wasn't supposed to stay.
But my dad was so impressed with this country down here. He said the old mares were just mud and fat, and the grass was knee-high, and the water was clear and pure, and big pecan trees. So he got to asking around who owned the land, and they said, well, the outfit over in Graham, Texas.
It started as a lease, and William Henry Green would need his dad's help just to make things work.
And my dad said I was ready for him. I said, well, if you'll let me borrow money, go on my note and let me borrow money to buy cattle and stock it. He said, if I can't make this work in a year or two, I'll come on back and go to work in the furniture store. So he said his dad got up off the wagon tongue and he reached down in his pocket and he pulled out two $20 gold pieces. And he said, this is all the money I got with me, but he said, I'm going to give you one of them. And said, don't you spend it unless you really have to. And I said, if you can't make this work, well, use it to come on back home. And we've still got that $20 gold piece. He never did spend it. He never did have to.
And what attracted William Henry Green to this part of Texas has obviously kept the attention and the affection of the Green family, who remain here some 125 years later, still working this historic ranch.
My granddad came to this country in the late 1880s, and he worked awfully hard to establish what's here. He didn't get married until he was 50. He had 4 children that they all loved the ranching business and went into the ranching business, and I think it's a heritage that I'm proud of, that he started and they maintained, and I'd like to keep together.
The Green family is now 4 generations deep in Albany, Texas. The 4th generation has a lot in common with the first.
Just heard stories about my great-grandfather. He's who I'm named after. He was the first William Henry Green.
But ranching today may be tougher than it was in the late 1800s. The economy is the biggest threat to cowboys as we know them. Cowboying hasn't changed much, but making ends meet gets tougher every day.
Well, the economics, our costs have gone up dramatically in the last 20 years, but what we're receiving for our product hasn't on our end. So it just doesn't, the economics don't figure out as well as they used to.
But in a world of uncertainty, there are a few things Billy Green can count on every day. One is a Green bred and raised ranch horse. They're solid.
We use our horses to do whatever we need to do. We expect them to hold up in our rough country, and we expect them to be there when we need to head a cow, or be there when we need to rope a cow, or just do their job.
And the cowboys here don't let them down all that often either. They all seem to have some common denominators.
Integrity is one of the first things, but ability, the way I like someone that handles a cow and a horse gently, or is not abusive. We like to treat our animals, they're what make our living, and we like to take care of them. And we like to handle them easy.
The W.H. Green Cattle Company is the winner of the 2002 Bayer AQHA Best Remuda Award.